All right. So I've been working on a roguelike for the last couple months, and I thought I would run through it real quick, see what I've got, figure out where I want to go with this project. I'm having a blast with it. It's been super fun. Most of the subsystems are finally in place, but the game has almost no content, and I've spent very little time on art or aesthetics, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. The menu system is ugly but functional. It's pretty easy for me to build menus now. To scroll through menu options, you can just use the up and down arrow keys. The right arrow key will select a menu. The left arrow key will back out of the menu. Quit will autosave whatever game is in progress. A new game will delete any saved game. So permadeath, of course, for a roguelike. When we start a new game, the very first thing that you'll see is the world map. The world is procedurally generated. Right now I've got about 9 different locations that you can visit. Castles, ruins, a dark tower, which is basically like a vortex of evil, and then a light tower, and some hidden locations. The castles are usually connected by roads, and the roads are fairly safe to travel. You can also travel overland, but for now, certain tile types are not traversable, like mountains and swamps, but eventually I'll have items that the hero can acquire to climb mountains and traverse otherwise unwalkable terrain, maybe even boats to sail to islands and things like that. But for now, pretty simple. We're just getting from location to location unscathed. I recently finished a simple quest system. Eventually it's going to be entirely procedurally generated, but for now the quests are sort of half procedural and half hard-coded just to kind of get the systems working. So for this test quest that I've been running, it's very simple. Find the purple mushroom before it's too late. So obviously, if the quest was completely fleshed out, you would have hints as to where to find the purple mushroom, and there would be all these sort of compound conditionals attached to it. But for now, we're just trying to find the purple mushroom. And for now, I also know that the purple mushroom is hidden at the bottom of each castle, just for testing purposes. So what we want to do is enter a castle. We want to enter a location. To do that, we just hit the enter key. Right now, the controls are pretty simple. You use the arrow keys to move around, you use the enter key to enter locations, exit locations, go up and down stairs, things like that. And then you hit the shift key to bring up your inventory menu. So as you can see, we're in a location now. We're in a dungeon of a castle. It's very dark. You can see there's some critters off in the distance, but we can't really tell what they are. We can just hear them. And we have no light. So the first thing we want to do is open our inventory, hit shift, and we want to select a torch, and then we want to wield a torch, and now we have torch light. And as we explore, you can see we find a door. So here we encounter a locked door. Now the little 1 in the square brackets is just the debugging feature I have right now. It's the lock is type 1. So if we go to our inventory, we can look and we see we have an old key here, but the old key is type 2. So we can try to use it, but it's not going to work because it's not the right key for that lock. So we'll try to use it real quick. And the key does not fit this door. So we have another option, which is to kick the door. We can use the K command to kick, and then we just press an arrow key to designate which direction we want to kick. The door doesn't budge. We have a strength 3, so it's not going to be too hard to kick this door down. So let's try it again. We're getting some unlucky dice rolls. So on the 4th attempt, we finally kick the door through and it flies off its hinges. Right now the baddies pretty much move randomly. unless they get close enough to you, and then they will pursue you. Eventually, I will have different behaviors for the baddies, different artificially intelligent routines for them to follow. But for now, they're pretty dumb. There's some gold we just collected. Here's a door that's not locked. I'm just kind of avoiding the baddies at this point because there's really no reason to engage them unless we have to. What we want to do is get to the bottom of this dungeon and find the purple mushroom. So let's go down the staircase. Now, typically the dungeons get harder and more complicated the further down you go. And we don't know how many levels this dungeon is. It could be anywhere between 2 and 4 levels. So, well, we just found a secret door there. So we want to basically find another staircase or find the purple mushroom, depending on how many levels this dungeon has. So now we've got a goblin within our sights, and he's going to charge us because we're pretty close to him. So we're not equipped with a weapon right now. We only have a torch in our hand, and he's probably too close to use a bow on. The bow is a ranged weapon, and you really need to have some distance between you and whatever you're shooting to use it properly. So we're going to equip an old sword, and it's going to take 1 turn to do that. So by the time we do that, the goblin's going to be pretty much on us. And so now we can just move toward the goblin. We're equipped with the sword, so we're going to strike the goblin with our sword. He takes 4 damage. And then if the goblin strikes us, we take 6. And then on our second round of attack, we have defeated the goblin. Once a baddie becomes a corpse, you can actually search the corpse, and here we've found a vial of black sludge. So if we go to our inventory, we see now that we have 2 vials of black sludge, and if you click on that, you can either drink it or you can drop the black sludge. Now, if we drink this, it might help us, or it might poison us, or it may have some unexpected effect on us. We don't really know what it's going to do. So we're not going to drink that for now because we're not really in a desperate situation. We're really just looking for a staircase. So here we've encountered another locked door. It's the wrong key type, so we're going to have to kick it in. And we just ran out of torchlight too. So as soon as we successfully kick this door down, we want to go back into our inventory, wield another torch. That room is empty. There's sort of a graphical bug right now that sort of gives you hints as to where the secret doors are, so I gotta fix that. All right, so here's another staircase going down. Let's snag this gold while we're at it. All right, so maybe this is the bottom level. Maybe we'll find our purple mushroom down here, or maybe we're gonna have to continue down a little more. Another secret door, some more gold. So this goblin's upon us, so we can actually press period, stand our ground for a turn, and now we're in an optimal place to attack him. We just ran out of torchlight again. We've only got 3 torches left, so we have to be careful or we're gonna run out of torches. Right now I've got the hero's hit points cranked way up to 80 at start, just so that I can test the game easier. Eventually I'm gonna tune the game, and the hero's gonna have a lot fewer hit points to work with, so the game's gonna be a lot harder. All right, so here, this door we can actually open with key. It saves us time, and it saves us potentially injuring our foot. I fear that we may run out of torchlight. Right now we're trying to kick this locked door down, but we're not having a lot of luck. So we burned through a lot of turns doing that. We don't really need torchlight to fight this goblin, but we do now. All right, so we've got 2 torches left. We need to make this count. So there's 1 more level. Let's go down. So this level's huge. This isn't looking good. And we are losing a considerable number of hit points. We could eat some rations, but we need to get to a safe place to do that. Okay, so here we go. This, right now, this particular asset represents a special item. So when we go over this, we will see that we have, we've found the purple mushroom. You have found the purple mushroom. There is still hope. Eat the purple mushroom for the knowledge you seek. So we can eat the purple mushroom now, or we can wait and eat it later. Let's go ahead and eat it now. As you can see, it's in our inventory. We eat it. You have eaten the purple mushroom. You have a vision. You can see the old tree in your mind's eye. You know how to get there. You must travel to the old tree. So now we need to get back to the surface and travel to the old tree. We're gonna eat some rations first. It looks like this ration was spoiled. We just spit it out. That's unfortunate. So let's try another one. That tastes good. We regain some health, +3. So not great, but anything is better than nothing. Now we could drink a vial of black sludge that we found on the goblins, or we could eat 5 maggot goos. Let's drink a vial of black sludge and see what happens. A rage washes over me. I feel stronger, quicker, and smarter. So that's actually kind of good. It's obviously some sort of like drug goblins use to improve their performance. So now what we really want to do is just get to the surface. We can kind of see what we're doing now through these explored spaces, even without torchlight. There's a little bug. So we can save our torches. Oops. We're almost back to the surface. Bam. All right, so now we're back to the surface. So the purple mushroom allowed us to locate the old tree, and now you can see the old tree is kind of at the south end of the world map. So now we're gonna traverse the world, stick to the roads as much as possible for safety. We'll go through the grasslands here and then wiggle through the forest. And when we reach the old tree, bam, you discover the old tree. Your quest is complete. So obviously this quest was pretty lame and pretty short, but it was kind of a proof of concept that I can daisy chain all these unique tasks together, like find a purple mushroom and then eat the purple mushroom, and that triggers the reveal of where the old tree is, and then basically travel to the old tree and occupy the old tree, and all of that sort of works. So I guess my next goal is to make this thing more procedural and have it draw upon locations and quest items and actors and construct these quests without my assistance. So I think that's the next thing I want to do. And once I get that working, I think my next goal is going to be to really work on the art and the aesthetics of the game. I want the dungeons of castles to look and feel like dungeons. I want caves to look and feel like caves. I want towers to look and feel like towers, like you're actually going up the tower. So I'm going to need a different kind of procedurally generated level builder for every type of location, basically. Mines should look like mines. Tombs should look like tombs. So yeah, I think those are my next tasks. So stay tuned. We'll see how it goes.